What's up guys, Daniel here. This video I'll be joined by Striker, my blonde spotted python. In this video, by the title, obviously I'll be talking about blonde spotted pythons. How to set them up, what to feed them, what type of setup, sizes, where they're from, etc, etc. In this video I'll be talking about Striker, how long I've had him, from what I've upgraded when I first got him to what he is now, size wise, cage wise, food wise, etc, etc. We'll start with Striker then, obviously. So here's Striker. He was very small when I got him because the Antaresia species are pretty small when they start off. You got your, so if you guys didn't know, spotted python's part of the Antaresia family. So you got your Stimson's pythons, your children's pythons, your pygmy pythons, and of course your spotted pythons. The spotted python is called Antaresia maculosa, and they get between 4 to 5 feet long. They range between the top of Queensland all the way to just the tippy top of New South Wales. I'll show you a map right there. But yeah. So I got Striker from a pet store called Kellyville Pets, which is about 40 minutes from my place. They had regular coloured spotted pythons there, and I was like, they look normal, this, that. I started answering some questions with one of the staff there, and then he brought this guy out from what's his name in the back room, and I was like, I want him so bad. And one thing led to another, came home with Striker. I'll turn the light up a little bit so you guys can actually see his colours. He's got nice bright caramels with some dark brown spots. Usually spotted pythons are a lot darker. Some of them are bright, but I don't think I've found many, if not any, as bright as Striker on a good day. He just came out of shed 2 days ago too, so this is his adult bright colours. He used to be a lot brighter when he was younger, but obviously it fades away as he gets older. And yeah, so Striker right now is probably just short of 3 feet, if not just over 3 feet. I'm gonna try and look at him now. Yeah, I reckon he's just over 3 feet now when he's stretched out fully. Yeah, just over 3 feet. He'll get to 4/5 feet. And we'll talk about his setup now. So right now, he's in a, I'll turn the camera for you guys. I'll tilt it down, hopefully it's strong enough, there you go. So right now he's in a 3-foot Reptile 1 enclosure. It's a bit of a dryish looking / rainforest looking enclosure, since his species is from the top of Queensland all the way down, so it varies. He's got queen mix substrate, he's got his nice branch straight across the entire enclosure, plant in the back corner, plant, etc, etc. You got a builder branch here with the actual branch. I have no clue where the actual branch went, but the actual, like, I'll just get it. Actually, I found it, I think. No, I didn't find it, never mind, I lied. So what it is, a builder branch is, you got this, which is like a base, and you use your branch in either that one, or there's a little one at the back here, and it comes from Reptile 1. Really useful, always loved having them. Got a platform here that I made myself, just had a bit of spare wood. Log here, and pretty much everything in here is Reptile 1, either Reptile 1 homemade or Exoterra. You got the Exoterra rock hide there. I've had that since I got my first lizard, which was Charlie, back 5 years ago, and hasn't broken. It's always treated me well. Had another Exoterra hide in there that I got with Crystal Setup, which is Darn Python. I did a video on her previously, about a couple of days ago, so go check that out. And that's practically it. You got a heat mat that's under here, little heat mat that's on most of the time, because I do like a little hotter compared to like my other snake, which is a carb python, Darn Python. So that's always on, which is underneath that rock hide there. You got your 100-watt heat bulb, which I would only turn on if it's a cold day, just to make sure he keeps his warmth. But other than that, it just stays off. It's only on now just to show you guys. Got your, what's the name, 200-watt UVB bulb. And snakes don't necessarily need UVB, so don't have that on either, but for show, I'll turn it on for you guys. It's not like bad to have a UVB bulb for a snake. It's just not needed because they don't need their own, they don't need a separate source of UVB. Like lizards and all that. So you got your snakes who don't need it, and you got some skinks that don't need it. You got your bearded dragons that most certainly need heat and UVB. That's why my boy Bumblebee's outside. He's got the max UVB, max heat. He loves it outside. I'll be doing a video on them too, so stay tuned for that. Like how to keep lizards outside, etc, etc. But yeah, that striker, I'll get you guys off the tripod real quick and I'll show you guys his setup first person instead of just me talking about it. Striker back. If I can twist this off. There we are. So this is his setup. Pretty basic. He started off in a little, I'm trying to think of the name, a starter snake kit. I'm pretty sure I got it in here actually. Nah, not in here. It must be outside somewhere. But practically it looked a bit like this, but a bit skinnier. And got him a few years back, maybe 3-4 years ago. As tiny as anything. He was feeding on pinky mice. He was just that small. He could barely fit the pinky mice in his mouth. But he was always the best feeder for me. Out of all the snakes, he's the best feeder. I've noticed Crystal's a good feeder, but he's just always good. He'll only won't eat when he's going in the shed, and it's pretty obvious when they're in the shed. They'll have the milky eyes and their scales will be a lot more faded, darkish and colourless kind of thing. As you can see, he's pretty bright. So, a lot of love. If I haven't said it before, Queen Mix substrate. I use that from every indoor setup I've got besides the turtle. It's just cheap, easy to use. You get it from your local Bunnings. It comes in a little brick, mix it with water, and it comes out as this. This is probably a brick and a half worth. Yeah, nice setup. He was previously in that with all this in there obviously, but I moved him in there because this is the biggest tank that I've got that was free, so I was like, why not put him in here until I can fix this up to make it look naturalistic. So I plan on putting a rock wall in there, making it possibly bioactive, and then chucking him in there. And I have plans for this tank for a new addition by the end of the year, hopefully. Where are you going? As you can see his colours now. Very bright. But yeah, this is his setup. Compared to Dime Python, community-wise, he stays a little lower. Crystal, what's the name? I'd keep her 70s, 80s. His is just 70s, possibly 60s. Like, I'm not worried about humidity with him because his type of species is used to a bit of a drier habitat compared to a diamond python. With spotted pythons, they're very easy to keep. They can take anything. They'll eat almost anything. Just as long as you treat them right. Don't starve them. Feed them once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks if you give them big meals. And they'll treat you just fine. Handling wise, beautiful snake to hold. I've never had a problem with Striker ever since I've had him. Always can pick him up straight out of his cage. Puppy dog tame. Never had a problem. So I'll get on to feeding now. I'll just walk over real quick and have a look. So he's currently on adult mice. He'll be upgrading soon when he starts to get a little bit bigger. Because he's starting to have 2 adult mice on good times, but I'm just giving him 1 today for the video. And then if he's still acting a bit hungry, I'll just get 1 out of the freezer and feed him another one. So yeah. When that mouse is defrosted, also another tip, I said it in the previous snake setup, don't put it with hot water when you're trying to thaw out a rat or a mouse, because it makes the skin of the mouse really expanded and soft and weak. So if you try and use your tongs, tweezers, it would just rip apart and guts will go everywhere, blood will go everywhere. So use warmish water for a little bit longer and you got yourself a perfect rat/mouse for your snake. I'll give you another look over the tank, just if you guys didn't have a good look. Basic setups, make sure you got your hot hide, your cold hide. This type of snake's not really an arboreal type of snake, but always give him stuff to climb when I can. I was planning on putting some PVC mixed with some foam concrete, making like a homemade hide and putting one up in the corner just to see if he'd actually go up there. But, you know, I've been working full time, been a bit busy. I'll get to it eventually though. I've got big plans. I plan on doing some outdoor pits for some new additions, outdoor pond for that girl. And something might be going in here and Strike will be going back down there. But yeah, we'll cut to the feeding now.